I did not do it all right, yet I moved through life knowing what that meant. Often I took the path. Dictates were loud and clear, and the undercurrents equally present early on, creating a conflict of interest swirling within, movements unseen, awareness without words, implicitly passed down, passed on, became the unspoken seeds of doubt and of other. External forces powerful, not to be ignored. Thus was my persona created. Embodied archetypes are born, cover-up of a narrative, my own personal odyssey, my own mythical journey. Changing course, perhaps unconscious meeting conscious, opening a path hitherto hidden, revealing deep-seated oxymorons I had come to believe, my personal quest where questions abounded, whence entered my very own Socrates, a kind, thoughtful, disturbed gadfly of a man, turning my insides upside down and backwards. Different voices now speaking as I pass through the straits of Scylla and Charybdis, where challenge of passage threatened who I thought I was, anathema to my persona. Inclusive of a crash and burn, turn, it was just the beginning of recognizing right is fickle, a trickster, powerful. It was never mine to begin with.
A few more, just a few. And this one, The School of Higher Learning, to be read with no shoes on. This one is older. Look, see, spot, jump, Sally. Don't talk in class, or take your shoes off under the desk. Don't draw outside the lines. Mom, school is like being in the army. You always have to stand in lines, said my 9-year-old son. I wish war was extinct, like the dinosaur age, said his brother. The Celts thought it was weak to wear armor into battle. They went naked, painted blue. I took the sword of high-tech death. Now I took the sword of high-tech hospital birth with no armor twice. My brothers used needles to shoot up dope, infected with life-threatening disease. No armor. They say the Irish suffer from Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will. But no natural law denies freedom, education, the access to food, or the land to grow it. The Irish lost their Gaelic voice because men outlawed it. Thomas Jefferson's why it's taken me so long to read poems in public. An oral report in the 5th grade can really cut you down to size. I was small with no armor. I graduated from high school not wanting to be a secretary because that's what was expected of girls like me, even though shorthand was cool. I blocked out all the oral reports and took Valium for the growing lump in my throat. What didn't I want to swallow? I majored in mustaches on TV Guide people, blackened out their teeth and drew on glasses and wigs. It was the shorthand of poetry I wanted to learn. Outside the lines, barefoot and loud, painted blue and naked. When I graduated from high school, I never could have imagined my proudest life accomplishment would be reading out loud every Hobbit, Borrowers, Mossflower, Narnia, and Earthsea book in each series to my sons. I didn't know then that my father's occupation ranked with nobles in the time of Celts. My dad wore a blue-collar working-class leash, a metalsmith with a genetic wound seared on his psyche. I didn't know then that dyslexia, like reading underwater backwards with a mirror, was good training for poets, or that the Celtic poets were as honored as kings. And when my 4th grade teacher made me go barefoot in class, punishment for taking my shoes off under the desk, I didn't know then that the inflicted could become their own inflictors. or that our worst liabilities are also our assets. Long ago, my father read a fairy tale to me. A broken bit of glass embedded in our sight holds us hostage to bitterness, the Snow Queen. Shame cuts, as does a sharpened wit or pen. Slash by slash, the Druid's ohm, worn by time, tells the same story. He was saved from the Snow Queen because somebody loved him, and because he was finally able to cry out the glass, which was really a mirror. Then something about red shoes lost down a river. I didn't know then that my ancestors had no shoes. I didn't learn that in school.
Sure.